Let's talk about dementia, what it is, as well as statistics and 15 early warning signs to watch for. Thank you for tuning in. This is another video about my series on aging. If you are an older adult experiencing memory lapses, lack of focus, or confusion, it is natural to worry about dementia. Reportedly, nearly half of people 40 years and older worry about developing dementia. So let's take this time to look more closely at this frightening disease for clarity, and perhaps an added benefit, ease our fears. Dementia is a collective term used to describe various symptoms of cognitive decline, such as forgetfulness, lack of focus, and confusion. It is a symptom of several underlying diseases and brain disorders. Dementia is not a single disease in itself, but it is a general term used to describe symptoms of impairment in memory, communication, and thinking. Did you know, although dementia mainly affects older people, it is not a normal part of aging? Good to know, right? According to statistics from the World Health Organization, approximately 47 million people live with dementia worldwide. Furthermore, there are nearly 10 million new cases every year. The prevalence of dementia increases significantly with age, most commonly occurring in individuals aged 65 and older. First, to be clear, let's talk about what dementia is not. What is most important to know is that age-related memory loss is not the same as dementia. For instance, occasionally forgetting the name of an acquaintance or recalling it later is normal. Other examples of what is not dementia include: 1. Temporary memory lapses, like misplacing items but finding them later. 2. Forgetting an appointment but remembering it afterward. 3. Difficulty remembering a word or name but eventually recalling it. And 4. A decrease in the ability to multitask, which can happen with age. So, these incidents I just mentioned are typical, and they do not necessarily reflect the signs of dementia. Now, what are some of the early warning signs of dementia? I have listed 15. 1. For example, forgetting recently learned information, important dates, or relying heavily on memory aids, or forgetting the names of close relatives or significant events, like a close friend's wedding. 2. Difficulty planning or solving problems. That is, struggling with tasks that require concentration. For example, having difficulty following a recipe, even though you used it regularly for decades. 3. Challenges in completing familiar tasks. For example, trouble driving to a familiar location or remembering how to play a favorite game, or getting confused while using the same washing machine you have used for years. 4. Confusion with time or place. For instance, losing track of dates, seasons, or the passage of time. For example, arriving several hours early or late to an appointment because of confusion regarding the date or hour. 5. Trouble understanding visual images. Difficulty reading, judging distance, or distinguishing colors or contrasts. Or finding it difficult to read a bus schedule due to problems interpreting the different colors used for separate routes. 6. Problems with speaking or writing. That is, finding it difficult to follow or join a conversation, or you're stopping in the middle of sentences. Another example is consistently having trouble finding the right words, which leads to long pauses in conversations. Note, I didn't use the word occasionally. I said consistently. Consistently is the operative word here. Number 7 is misplacing things. Putting items in unusual places and finding yourself unable to retrace your steps to find them. While the act of placing the TV remote in the fridge and only to find it days later, and then by accident, has been a source of humor, it is not funny if it happens to you. Moving on to number 8, decreased or poor judgment. For example, experiencing changes in judgment or decision-making, like handling money improperly, or giving large sums of money to telemarketers or scams without realizing it's a scam. 9, withdrawal from work or social activities. That is, avoiding social obligations or hobbies due to memory issues. Another example is dodging a weekly book club, no longer attending, because of the fear of not remembering details from the books. 10, changes in mood and personality, becoming confused, suspicious, depressed, fearful, or anxious, or getting easily frustrated or angered in situations that previously did not evoke such emotions. Number 11, difficulty with abstract thinking. When, for example, you experience trouble managing complex mental tasks, like managing finances, also the inability to track expenses or balance a checkbook, despite being thoroughly adept at these tasks before. Number 12, struggling with new situations. Do you have difficulty adapting to a new social setting or work environment? Or perhaps feeling distressed and overwhelmed during a simple dinner party due to unfamiliar people and setting. Number 13, poor concentration. That is, taking a longer time to complete simple tasks due to lack of focus. For examples, taking significantly longer to complete familiar puzzles or games, such as Sudoku or crossword puzzles, due to a lack of focus. Number 14, repeating questions, phrases, or behaviors, or telling the same story repeatedly. Well, heck, I do that all the time. But note, to be sure, this is very different. It is when you tell the same story during a single conversation and you are unaware that you already told it. 15, change in professional performance. That is, a noticeable decline in work quality and productivity because of difficulties in concentrating and decision-making when compared to past performance. In conclusion, recognizing the differences between simple short-term forgetfulness and these 15 early signs of dementia is essential as we age. If these 15 behaviors are observed frequently, consult with a healthcare provider. He or she can provide assistance in diagnosis, provide medications and therapies, and recommend changes in lifestyle and diet as needed. The more we know, the better equipped we are to address the fear of dementia. And of course, this is the case not only with dementia, but also with all aspects of the aging process. Thank you for watching, and be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel for more informative videos about aging, how to address aging issues, and even more important, how to embrace getting older. I mean, we have to face it. Aging is inevitable. If we are lucky enough to enjoy a long life, that is, let's make the best of it. I am signing off for now. This is Diane Schindler. Thank you again, and see you next time.